Hi, this is Renee, and I'm here to take you briefly through some examples within the handbooks that are available in operating your pet resort. These handbooks include your client services or front desk area, manager's administrative, daycare, and your hotel department or your boarding section. So why do you need this? It will get you up and running faster. There's no need to recreate. And there's a total of 500 plus pages in these guides, and they tell you how to operate your pet resort. They're easy to customize for your resort in Word and PowerPoint, and they're a great training tool for your managers and your team to get everyone consistent. So let's get started. A few examples. First, we'll look at client services, which may be the most important area of training. First impressions reflect the entire resort, and this is also your area of opportunity to increase sales and thus revenue. There's a navigation feature in Word where you can find keywords. Simply click on the Find in the upper right, and then a navigation bar opens. Simply type in what you're looking for, and the document will find all the sections with those word choices. One area of training that was challenging for me was getting my front desk team consistent with providing excellent service and upselling. So we created a tool called 5-Star Client Services. I'll simply type this into the bar, and then it found 7 results. So it shows that it's in the table of contents, and then there's also the main section of the policies and procedures where it's explaining what 5-star customer service is. And then, in addition to that, there is a worksheet that a client services specialist can use to ensure they're covering all of the steps, and a manager can rate their progress. So, our next example will be taken from our Manager's Administrative Handbook. So in the Manager's Administrative Handbook, there is a section that I consider very important, and it's all about coaching your team members. And that is a large part of the success of a pet resort manager. This entails celebrating the good and dealing with employee issues. There's a section on coaching team members, which you can see that on the navigation bar I typed in here. And so there's a whole section explaining how to coach your staff and your team. And then there's also something in here that's called a team member warning notice. And unfortunately, you will have to use this on occasion. And so here it is. And there is also in the template section the actual warning notice itself. So this is something that you can just fill out, and then you can put in your team member employee file. So that is the example from the administrative section. Next we'll go to daycare. Daycare operations. There's a lot going on in managing a group of dogs, and proactive measures are imperative. However, invariably you will have a behavioral incident with a dog. We have a section on dealing with dog incidents and an actual incident report template to be completed by the caretaker and placed in the dog's file. This is really important because you need to have a record of the incident that can be relayed to the pet's parents. They treat their dog as their child, and they want to know what happened and what you're proactively doing about the situation. And it's also important for other team members to know what's going on with a particular dog and how they can better serve that dog in the future. So here's our dog incident report in the table of contents for the template section. And then in the body of the handbook, there is a section on dog incident reports and what they are, how to complete the form. And then here is an actual template of the incident report itself to be completed by the caretaker. And that's it. So our next example is going to come from our hotel or boarding section. A hotel or boarding example. So you will have doggy guests with special behavioral needs. Every dog is an individual, and they all have their own little personalities. We have a guest well-being section and a checklist on how you can actually accommodate these guests and make their stay the best experience possible. So here's the guest well-being in the templates table of contents. And then we go into, there's a special behavioral needs section where it explains the different behaviors and what to look for. And then we have an actual checklist for your caretakers. And this goes through all of the things that we found worked to help make the stay as wonderful as possible for even the most challenging of guests. And that does it for our examples in the operations section. And please take a look at our human resources as well, as that is also some great operational handbooks for your team and your managers.